afternoon. Hang on one second. Can I get this adjusted? Whoa. There we go. A little bit of light. Welcome to Facebook Live with Celine. My name is Celine Kempton and I work here. I am going to get us up on the computer here and figured out 1 minute. So I hope you're having a good Tuesday. It took me forever to get logged on today. I had a very messy table. I have been in process of a deep clean of my studio, and it's been actually pretty glorious. About a month ago, you couldn't see the floor in here, and it is so echoey in here because everything is gone and cleaned out. So what you can expect in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be going through, I have 8 bins of retired product that I am going to put a BOGO together. And some of my BOGO, as you know, is in a Facebook group, and it is by albums, and sometimes people have trouble navigating that. So I'm going to try a different way. I'm going to offer the Facebook album that's there, and I'm also going to put new items on a website called Flickr, and they'll let me let you comment, and I'll be able to delete the items as they leave my collection and enter yours. So that's a pretty cool feature. I'm just putting new adhesive in my runner and getting ready to open this really cool bundle. Perfectly Pears. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I've seen a few samples online and I'm excited about it. So someone asked me to show the double diamond card technique today. So I'll be showing that, and I'll give you a sneak peek of my team meeting, which is this Sunday. If you've ever considered joining Stampin Up, I have a pretty vibrant team. We meet monthly. We have card challenges and business challenges, which are optional. Everything is optional. We have card swaps. We have a lot of fun together. We craft together. Tomorrow night, we're going to start the virtual scrapbooking retreat, and it is put on by Stampin Up. There are 6 different presenters, and over the next 3 or 4 days, we're going to make 24 scrapbook pages. So that's 12 2-page layouts, 1 for every month of the year. So if you're on a journey, weight loss journey, if you want a year's worth of pictures of your dog, if you want a year of pictures to document life or your cat or whatever's most important to you, fitness, there's so many ways that you could use calendar pages. And it could just be every day. You could pick 1 day a month and write it down and have some journaling on your pages and really document your life. And I just can tell you that when I go through my daughter's scrapbooking albums, there are some things that I don't actually remember writing, which is crazy. But I read it and it's my handwriting, but I don't remember writing any of it. So anyway, I'm going to jump in. We'll start by giving you a sneak peek of my, oh, you know what? I didn't share this. Let me go share. Sharing is caring, and maybe more people will find us. We are over on Facebook at, oh gosh, isn't that the way? Now I have to slow down for a minute. Here we go. Technology, my dears, technology. That's the wrong share spot. Here we go. All right. So we're live there, and now I have to get back so that I can see your comments. If you're here, let me know that you're here. Say hello so that I can know that you're here. And of course, my daughter is texting me. Actually, when I go live is when everybody wants a piece. So I've had 3 or 4 instant messages and 2 texts since I got on. It's a thing. Okay, here we go. I see Jolene is here. Jolene, I gotta show you the team meeting cards. They're beautiful. So glad you're here, and we will figure out. She was having trouble getting signed up. So let me flip the camera and I'm gonna flip it at my new craft room table. I told you that I was cleaning out. Well, I also bought a brand new table. I got it on Amazon. It's fabulous. And how many of you store your paper in magazine files? I have for years, and I have always stood my magazine files up. Let me grab one so I can show you what I mean. And I'll show you my actual storage here in a second. But I have been storing my magazine paper like this for years. So it's a magazine holder, and it holds my cardstock like that, right? Well, this week, ooh, new table, got to get used to that. I turned all of my paper this way. So what does that mean? That means that now everything is open and I no longer have to get over this hump or pull the whole thing out to get my paper out anymore. It's exciting. I don't know why it's taken me 20 years to figure that out. I've been a demo for 20 years and I've always had these magazine holders, and Stampin' Up used to sell them once upon a time, but now, here, let me show you. I'm going to flip the camera so you can see. Now, you see it underneath? That's where I store all my paper, and I can close the doors. They slide closed, and I'm going to put my hand there. They slide closed so that I can keep them away from the light, because if you know anything about paper, you know that paper oxidizes. So I don't... Reapers. I think I need a new clip. That was embarrassing. Woo! My goodness. That's the second time I've had trouble with this clip, so it might be time to get a new clip. Oh my goodness. I'm going to move the table a little here. Right to the edge so that I know where I'm at. All right. Whew. That was exciting. I had a bow maker thrown at me. My daughter is making these now. They're in her Etsy store. She's doing great. She's got so many orders for them. Apparently you guys like bow makers. Oh my goodness, that was funny. Whew. All right. Oh, can I see the edge of the table? Yeah, just a little. Here. That should be good. I'm still wiggly. Oh well. Here is our team cards. Good thing I'm better at making cards than I am at technology. For this month, Sunday, and I have prepped all of this. I am working on getting them in packets and sent out to my team by tomorrow for those that sign up. And Jolene, we will hook you up. Oh my gosh, too funny. And these are all, there's 3 fun folds and then another card. So we do a 4-card class at every team meeting, and these are just really fabulous. And this paper is outstanding. I love it so much. I think I should do a workshop with it, an online workshop. What do you guys think? Would you like for me to do a card class on this? Just let me know in the comments. Maybe we can make it happen. Anyway, today, after I was done playing with all of that, I wanted to break into something brand new that I haven't touched before. And this suite is so sweet. Oh, I just had scissors. Well, I don't know where my snips went, so I'm going to pull my old scissors over. Oh, I see them. There we go. By the way, snips are being discontinued because our manufacturer stopped making them. Isn't that crazy? So we're looking for a new manufacturer for scissors. Anyway, let me throw my glasses on. Perfectly Pears. So basic beige, darling duckling, mossy meadow, old olive, petal pink, and secret sea. Absolutely beautiful. So let's take a look at these papers first. So here we go. Here's the front. And here's the back. Wow. You see darling duckling in there, but there's more there than meets the eye. Oh, I see all kinds of colors in there. Okay, and then there's the front. And there's the back. Look at how pretty this is. Like, just, I want to fussy cut that and call it a day. Wow, so cool. And then here's the front. And here's the back. Another wow. I love how dark this is. So this is Secret Sea in the background. Secret Sea is one of those colors that you're like, I don't know if I like it when I first see it, but it pulls blue, it pulls green, it matches everything. I have to say it's probably my new favorite color, right with Strawberry Slush. Those are my two favorites. Here we go. Hey, Kathleen. Thanks for joining. Thanks for saying hello. Oh, look at that's cute. Little pears that you could cut out, fussy cut. I'm sure. Let's just check it out here to see if any of these dies marry up. This is the first time I'm touching it on the fly. I haven't like prepared anything for you guys. I'm just kind of playing around, but wow, look at this. So the dies cut out the designer paper. My goodness. So you wouldn't need to fussy cut. You could just run it through. But I'd probably go through on 2 swipes if I did this because I don't want to bump or run over the other die. But oh my goodness, look at that. And then there's a leaf and then this like, I don't know what you want to call this. If you have a word for that, let me know. And then all these cute little flowers. And then, it looks like this would be cute for like word banners. Or maybe a spinner card. It's cool, and a small word. All right, word. And then I wonder what this cuts out. Let's see. Oh, there's flowers here. So it cuts that out. Cool. All right. So, sorry, I got distracted when I saw that paper. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, look at this. I love designs like this because you can literally stamp a sentiment and make a bunch of cards. Wow. I'm in love already. Whew. My goodness. And then one more pattern. Pretty pretty. So that's the front and the back. You guys have a favorite? So my friend James made a card using this bundle. Here it is. And I posted it, and you guys really liked it. He got something like 15,000 views from our swap. Hey, Linda. Nice to see you today. So here are the embellishments that go with this suite. And it is Darling Duckling, Mossy Meadow, and Secret Sea. Here we go. My friend Mary Jo was showing these, and she thought it might be Old Olive, but it's definitely Mossy Meadow. You can see it. And then there's a matching ribbon, although this one I think could pull either of those colors. You can grab the paper and see what we think. But so there's the Mossy Meadow ribbon to match. And let's just pull in some Mossy Meadow to see if we think it's the same color. Yeah. There's definitely highlights of Old Olive in there as well, so you could go either way with it. Okay. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a good day. I know it's hot as heck out there. So earlier this week, someone asked me to make one of my double diamond cards. This is a design that I got from my friend Tamara Bertram. She's absolutely fabulous, Canadian demonstrator. And I want to make a card out of one of these designer papers. I'm definitely not going to use this one because this is my favorite pattern, and I have like dreams in my head already of how I'm going to use that one, so we're not going to use that one. We have to pick one to use. That one cuts out, you can cut out pears and stuff, so I don't necessarily want to use that one. How about this one? This one looks really interesting to me. So a double diamond card is directional. So our card is going to be, our base is going to be 12 inches long. So, and it's going to be 5 1/4 inches tall because it's going to sit on top of a card base. So I'm going to put this in and cut it so that it's directional from side to side at 5 1/4. Then we're gonna have to decide which one we want to be on the outside, but I think I'm gonna need to see it for this one to decide. And the trick with this technique is when you're scoring your cardstock, you have to go really easy. A lot of people, when they're here for class in person, they kind of He-Man the score blade, and then they'll cut right through it. Or in this case, the secret C won't be pretty anymore. It'll be like a little broken, and we want to keep our C intact. So I'm just going to gently score, and I may not even be able to see those score marks when I'm done, which is fine, because I can like use the Braille method and just feel where my cardstock has a mark in it and go easy and fold it. But we're going to have to decide here in a minute which side to use up. So all I did was I cut my 12 by 12 down to a 5 1/4 inch piece, and now I'm scoring it on both ends at 2 and 4. Okay? It's stunning. And I'm still trying to decide if I want this to be the inside or the outside, but if it's the outside, I'm going to stick this whole panel down. So I think I might stick this side down to the, you know what I mean, and keep this as our front, but you'll see what I mean in a second. So the other thing that you need for this particular card is you need a card base. And you know what? This is so heavy on Secret C. I grabbed Mossy Meadow, but I think I'm going to go with Secret C instead. And you need a card base. So just the card front. You don't need a whole insert. So I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So that would be a finished card size if we were going to just fold it in half. And I do like the idea of bringing in another color. So I'm going to cut a piece that's just 1/8 of an inch smaller than that. So that's 2 lines on the paper cutter. So I'm here at 5 1/2 and I just moved over 2. And I'm going to do the same thing. It's 4 1/8, but like the easiest way to say it is 2 lines because it's 2/16, right? So now if I want to, hopefully I grabbed the right side. It looks funny. Probably because I have glasses on. I'm not used to these yet. All right, so here we go. So this is going to layer up on my card base. Kind of pretty. Okay. The other thing that I need is 2 coordinating squares at 2 3/4 a piece. So my friend Tamara, when she did this, her measurements were a bit different. She did 2 7/8. But I'm going to start with 2 3/4 because number 1, you can get 12 2 3/4 squares out of 1 8 1/2 by 11. So it's great for card math. And so if you were to take this technique and want to make a whole pack of designer paper into 24 cards, you would need 10 sheets of cardstock, coordinating cardstock, and a pack of this, and then whatever white or neutral you're going to use. So it goes a long way too. So here's my 2 coordinating squares, and we'll decorate them after. But just to get started, I'm going to leave that off to the side for now, and we can decide if we want to use it. Here's my piece that I scored at 2 and 4. Thanks, Pat. Oh, I do. I love it. You know, as I'm looking at this and I'm touching it and I see a lot of our club members here, I'm like, oh, maybe we should use this for club next month. It is just so stunning. But what you're going to do is you're going to take the 2 and 4 and fold it in Z-fold style. And when we're all done, it's going to meet in the middle like that. So here we go. And we get the Darling Duckling on the back. And then there's a line going through it, and that's actually petal pink in there. Like my skin tone. Okay. Boy, this didn't must have scored it funky because it's not exactly, but you get the idea. So the next step to this technique to get your diamond is to take the paper and fold it in on itself. Now this is the part that I don't know if I love, because I don't necessarily love the back of this. I love the front, so we'll play with it, because if we decide that we want to go the other way, it's easy just to fold it the other way. Hang on. So you just take the 4 corners and fold them up to the middle. Easy peasy. Somebody was asking me last night to make this. I was like, okay. In fact, I was going to show you a different card today. Maybe I'll grab it at the end so you can see. So then we would decorate the middle and open it up. Okay. But I don't know that I like all of that yellow. So I'm going to take it. And you can change your mind on this technique and fold it back and forth the other way. I don't know, you guys tell me, do you like the yellow in the middle of the card, or do you like the pattern in the middle of the card? So if this were the case, we're just folding it back and forth, right? So it would finish up kind of like this, and then we decorate. So do you like the darker version showing, or do you like the yellow version showing? I'll give you a minute, because it's on a playback, so it's going to take you a minute to come through with your answers on my end. But you can fold it back and forth until you decide. I'll show you the yellow version again while you tell me what you want, because that's what we do on Tuesday. I let you tell me what to do. It's fabulous. Involves less thought on my part. So here, which one do you guys like better? Yellow in the middle, flower side too busy. I like the pattern in the middle, the darker version. Yellow in the middle. So yeah, okay. Pattern. I think you guys said exactly the opposite of one another, darker. Terry, I'm with you. I think I like the darker version too, so I'm going to flip it again. I'm sad that I'm going to be sticking that piece down, because it is just so adorable. Fabulous, but it's all good. We'll get there. All right. The DSP showing more. Okay, so we got this. Here we go. So now, all you do is you grab your adhesive and you grab the first square, and these were 2 3/4, right? And then you're gonna line this up here in the middle. So you wanna kind of get it in the middle here and in the middle up and down. And then you put adhesive only on that side and flip it over. And that's Seal Plus, by the way, so it's sticky. And get it sort of centered up and down, side to side. So like I'm looking through the gully here to make sure that I've got it only on that side. Now what I did have happen in class was somebody put adhesive on one side and then stuck it like to both sides. You can't do that. You can only put it on one side or the other at a time. So I'll open this card up here, and we're halfway there. And then all I have to do is take the adhesive side, put that down, and stick this square directly on top. So now I've got it on both sides. Whoops. Easier said than done, huh? I dare you to line it up. Okay. So now it goes back and forth. And now we can decide if we want it just the secret C, or if we want to add that layer of Mossy Meadow for a little pop, because that's all in the DSP here. So that'll just add another layer of awesomeness. Let's see. I think I like it like that. Okay, so let's do that. We'll add the green. And you'll notice I don't use a lot of adhesive when I'm using Seal Plus, and that's because it is the stickiest stuff around, and I really don't need a lot, and it will hold like a champion. I do want to make sure that the back of this has the corners taken care of. And when people ask me all the time, do you flick like the old adhesive, and I'm like, no. I go over the top. So I start back here and I go like just over the top. So the next time I want to get adhesive, it's all right where I left it, kind of. Okay. That's my favorite adhesive. Okay, so here we go, nice and centered. Money. Okay, so this is a 2 3/4 inch square. So why don't we dig into this? Oh, I love new ink. Love being able to put some ink on it. Okay, so if I want to layer on my 2 3/4 inch squares, now I have to decide what size I'm going to cut this down. And honestly, I think I'm going to start by going a little smaller than 2 3/4 and make another square to decide if I want them or not, you know. Because you don't know until you see it. That's how I roll anyway. I know what I want when I see it. Like dinner. If I'm out in a restaurant, I never know what I want to order from the menu. I have to wait until I watch food walk by. Totally visual. All right, so here we go. So this is 2 5/8. And then for my neutral, I'm not going to go to the white. I'm going to stick with what James did here. I love what he did. Instead of using a white layer, he used basic beige, and it really just pops that way. Yeah, I hear that, Joan. Joan is saying that she has trouble with the tape ripping the paper. That has to do, so for me, when that happens to me, and it does sometimes, it happens when I'm excited and I'm pushing too hard, because this stuff, it's so sticky, you barely have to touch it, and it's there. Like, it's going to stick. You don't have to really pull for it to stick. So if you're ripping your paper, you might need to lighten your touch, because it's going to stick no matter what. And then up over the top. The other thing that a friend of mine does, Laurie, one of my club members, she comes to class with her rubber mat, the one that the adhesive doesn't stick to, because her adhesive, she uses the regular seal, and sometimes it flings back into the runner on her. And when that happens, she just hits the rubber mat with it and fast forwards it, and it doesn't stick to the mat, which is pretty cool. Anyway, this one is 2 1/2 square. So this is just like down 1/8 of an inch again from the mossy meadow layer that we're gonna maybe layer on top. We'll decide after. So I got that going on. Okay. So do we want to do some stamping, or do we want to just like jump right in and, oh, maybe we'll cut out of here. I could get up and go die cut something, but I'm just as happy fussy cutting. Anybody else here like me and like to fussy cut? I am a fan. All right, so let's, I think I want this little guy. And I am just rough cutting first to get the piece that I want out without trying not to damage some of the other stuff, because there's a lot of cute things in here. I like the little, the Darling Duckling flowers there. All right, so now I'm gonna go in, and the trick to fussy cutting is to hold your scissors. Don't move your hand. Move the paper. And just take your time. This is the thing that can make your cards like look absolutely gorgeous if you just take your time. And you notice I'm leaving a white border. I always do. It looks stamped and die cut. And there is a die for this. And I could have gotten up and gone and washi taped the die, but I love a good fussy cut. I know not everyone does. And you notice I left that there for a second. That's because it's going like lefty on me. So now I'll go back in. Here we go. Kathleen, yes. She said this is the first time that she's been on a Facebook Live with me. And yes, when I'm all done, I will post the measurements at the top. No problem at all, my friend. When you take classes with me in general, if you're on my email list, I provide PDF directions typically. For a Facebook Live, this is just a freebie, and somebody asked me to show this technique that I did with my club last month using celebratory sips. So I typically do a free workshop every month. I have a club. I do 3 to 4 retreats a year. Busy bee, but I love this, and it's been my full-time job for almost 20 years. Boy, I feel old saying that, but it's true. And my daughter is going to be 21 in November at retreat. So she's a good friend as a gift. Hello, thank you, friend, and congratulations. I think I'm grateful because I have wonderful friends, so I'm going to use that one. A good friend as a gift. And you know me, I just want to stick ribbon all over everything. I don't know if I have room for ribbon on this card. It's so pretty, but let's see what we got for a sentiment and where it sits first. And pull in the Mossy Meadow. I have to say, I'm not using a stamping mat today because my new table is wood. Yes, I can, when I get off this live, Kathleen, I will comment with a link to Constant Contact so you can get on my email list. And all of my classes and sometimes free content gets posted there. I send out reminders, about club if you're interested in that. Oh my goodness. I think I'm trying to decide where I want this. I think I want this off to the side. Here we go. But yeah, Kathleen, we also have a Facebook group. So this is Create with Celine, my business page. But we have Creating with Celine. It's a community stamping page. And every Monday night we get together and craft for free. So there's, lots of opportunities for having fun with us if you're interested. So, and you can search right on Facebook for Creating with Celine. I do that, I call it something different so that I don't make a mistake and post in the wrong place. So here is my pears. So, question for you guys. Do we want to leave them plain? Or because we added the green layer underneath, do we want another little tiny 1/8 of an inch? Well, it's really a 1/16 of an inch. If you consider that it's all the way around. It's an 1/8 of an inch smaller, but you get a 16th border. If we go this way, do we want to keep the green or do you want to just have the blue pop? Actually, I think I like it better without the green, but you guys are the judge, so tell me what you think and I will do what you say. So while I'm waiting for that, I want to see if I can find another image here to cut out. Yeah, and Linda, I understand not wanting to fussy cut because of but I'll tell you, my superpower is, when I'm doing these things, is to slow down and to not move my hand. I've had people in class that will contort their body to try and get the image cut out, and really, it's kind of like dancing. I live here. I'm gonna keep my scissors straight and move the paper. So you're just voting for me and telling me if you want me to keep the green or ditch it for the last layer on top. Because today you're the boss of me. I love that. Oh my goodness, I love these pears already. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun. I would imagine that you'll be able to, with the stamp, mix the colors. So here's the pear. So it's not too bad, huh? Fussy cut awesomeness. Oh, okay, so here's one. I was looking for the stem. No green. No green. No green. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. All right, so no green. I hear ya. And I want to take care of this stem first, and then we'll. And again, notice I'm not moving my scissor hand. I am only moving the paper. So the next time you try it, Linda, try that. When Alexis was little, we actually live across the street from she was in Catholic school her whole life, except for 1 year. She went to kindergarten across the street. We live across from an elementary school. And the kids over there were having trouble just cutting with scissors. And I mean, anybody who doesn't like the fussy cut, you feel their pain, right? And I taught them this, and they were all cutting fine when I was done with them. So if they can do it, you can do it. I still remember, oh my gosh, I still remember some of the names. They were good kids. All right. So let's ditch the green. I agree. It's enough. And the blue really makes it pop there, doesn't it? Okay, so this is the front. And I want some dimensionals. Of course, I had about 5 packages of them, and I sit down. Oh, they're on the other side. I love my new table. Oh, I'm so happy with it. It makes stamping so much easier. I was stamping on a plastic table, and you know, of course, you always need the stamping mat anyway on a plastic table, but this is just, it's nice and big. So it can be 5 feet long, and then when it has the 2 leaves in it, it extends to almost 8 feet. And I feel like I'm at the boardroom stamping. It's awesome. It was worth the investment. But I mean, it wasn't too bad. It was $139. And the plastic folding table that I had, that I was gonna replace because I scratched the top, was $60. So, I mean, yes, it's double, but it's probably going to last me twice as long, you know. Kind of like what Mom always says, you get what you pay for. This looks a little wonky, haha. So, I must have been not paying attention when I went around that corner. There you go. So, here's the flyer. So, it'll open like that. Okay, now we've got this side, and let's see, I'm gonna go back to I'm looking at the stamp set thinking, do I wanna like put anything else on the inside for words, but I don't think I do. I think I'm gonna just maybe put this big guy in here. If you check my page, I made a card with this for my mom, for a clergy member in her parish who's been a priest for 25 years. And so when I was done, I made him a special sticker with his name on it for the inside, and then decorated it to mimic a painting that he did for the church that stands behind the altar. It's beautiful. So it was on his invitation, and it was on like the celebration thing. So just because I want this to look like a one thing, I'm gonna cut the white off of that fussy cut stem and up just a little here. Now it's gonna look like it was one thing. Maybe. I gotta go a little further. Get the idea though. And it's not hard, it's just taking a minute. That's something else. I have to say, if you're fussy cutting, just slow your roll a little. It helps. Okay. So let's go there. Hey, Cindy. Thanks for joining today. I do too. I don't know. For those of you that are in club, place your orders right now. Tell me if you want this for club, because I'm digging this bundle. So when I close it, I want to know that this is going to get hidden. So let me just double check myself. Ooh, it's a sneaky little bugger. So I want to go that way with it when I stick it down. So I will. I got this. We can do hard things together. But if you like this, let me know. And if you want, I'll give you another sneak peek at my team meeting, which is Sunday. And if you're not a demonstrator and you're considering joining, you could always come test drive our team. Just send me a private message and I'll send you the invite. All right, so there's that. So the thing I like about going to 2 3/4 on these squares are I don't have to worry about the fold in here catching my edges. So when this sits on the inside, it really goes right to the fold. And it's money like that. Okay. What does every card need? Bling. And I don't know, do we want to make a bow for the, or maybe, I think, maybe no bow, maybe just a knot. Because it is kind of feeling a little masculine. Be a good card for a guy, wouldn't it? So just tie it in a knot. And snip, snip. So one side is pulling more gold than the other. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna go again because I don't want it to be 2 different colors. I kind of want I might have to twist when I get underneath to get them the same color. So it's 2-toned ribbon, obviously. I missed that. It is gold and mossy meadow, which is why it matches the old olive so well. It pulls all the colors in. But now it's pulling the old olive on both sides instead of gold on one side and mossy meadow on the other. So that's good. It's the little things. Little details like that haunt my mind. I can't go to bed at night. Silly. Luckily, we're just making cards here. We're not doing anything crazy. So there's my little knot. Oh, and it did flip over. Oh, there it goes. And, do we want to stick with the green? I think maybe I want to pick up some of the Darling Duckling. So these are really sparkly and pretty in person. I hope you're catching it on the video. Oh, wow. Oh, you can't make that up. I'm so happy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, those of you in club are probably like, yep, pick this one. I'll come back and watch. All right. Oh, I just want to sprinkle this. I'm going to bedazzle it. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. You know. It's weird for me to do 4, but I'm like, Oh, you know why? Because the ribbon's 5. Now it's not so masculine. It was. Okay, wait. So now we have the inside, right? So, hang on. I want to go back to this guy and bring in my trimmer for a minute. And let's go to 4. Yeah, 4 by 5 1/4. And then I really like this basic beige, so we'll take that down 1/4 inch, so 3 3/4 by 5. And yes, I promise I will put all of these measurements at the top. If you want, I can even do a shopping list for you if you're looking for the item numbers. All right, and then, oh, I was gonna put it away, but now I'm thinking. I hate it when I start thinking. I want to find that scrap paper. So I cut a 5 1/4 inch section off of this, right? How about if we just take a 1/2 inch off the bottom? Bring that pretty paper inside. Yup. Okay. So I'm going to go this way and put my adhesive straight across. That way I don't have to worry about getting adhesive on my scissors, and I'm just going to lay that on top of my adhesive. I gotta lay off the coffee. I'm shaking. My daughter and I love coffee, and so we always joke about, you know, that point where you've had it just a little too much. So, you know, coffee, twitch. So that's where I'm at right now. Time for the water. Time for the switch over. Oh, how about that? Love that. Do we want to stamp? Yep, we do. I'm going to do really simple. I need a G block though. I don't want that big mammoth of a block. I have lots of friends to thank, and so a good friend is a gift. Now I get a smaller block so I can handle it better. And I thought this was Secret C. Did I stamp in navy? I guess I did. Oh no, I stamped in Mossy Meadow. So that's cool. Let's do that again. And of course I messed it up. Hang on. There we go. That's the beauty of photopolymer. If you do mess up, you get a second chance. Okay. Side smile. Oh, see, there you go. When I get excited and I push too hard, that's when that happens. So for the person that was saying, you know, why does it always like go up in on me? That's why, because I was pushing too hard. And I'm the same, so I need to learn to not do that as much. Look at how pretty that is. And then I'm looking at this on my table like maybe you know I have to. Where's my liquid glue? I had a bottle here. Hang on. It's a thing. Grabbed another one. My goodness. Before I do this, actually, I just want to test something out. What does Secret C look like with Wink of Stella? Ooh, okay. So yeah, that's approved. So now that we have that, this glue has a goober or something. It's not working. Come on. Yeah, that one was one from the drawer. Let's try another one from the drawer. I usually keep push pins at my workstation just to push up in and pull out any goobers if I have one, but oh, this is a new one. We should be good with this. Only when you're live do all these snafus happen. Here, okay. Whoops. Yeah, this one's nice and happy. All right, so nice and thin with liquid glue. Otherwise, it'll be all over you and you won't like it as much. Yes, glue goobers. Sorry about that. It happens. They do. They happen. Oh my goodness. Yeah, look at the finish on this. And then my best friend, Winkastella. Oh, look at the shine on this thing. Secret C and Winkastella. How did you spend your afternoon? Well, I painted with glitter. Oh my goodness. It's just enough to drive home how much you appreciate people. Okay. I sure do appreciate you guys. Okay, so here's back to our double diamond. Again, this is such a simple card. My daughter made 400 cards at the last retreat, and this was one of her go-tos because people keep giving her like bricks of leftover 12 by 12, and you only need 10 sheets of cardstock with these measurements to make 24 cards. So you need 10 sheets of regular cardstock to 1 pack of designer paper, and you can make 24 cards. Crazy. Awesome card math. One of my faves. Look, see, the goober came out. I'm not using that one, just out of principle. Oh, good God. So, some people don't like this glue. And that's because they may use a little bit too much. I always recommend small dots. And these are not like huge dots that can spread out and get on my fingers when I place this down on my card. In fact, did you know that this glue is a two-way glue? So if you were to leave it here and let it dry, clear, it's a temporary adhesive, so then you can stick it down and lift it up. I use it for making display boards sometimes in that way. But if you stick it down now while it's still white, then it's a permanent adhesive. And so this one is going to fit right in between with the 4. I could have gone down another 1/4 inch, but it's going to be nice and snug to the card base. So that is our, see, I went a little too big. I should have probably taken it down a 1/4 inch. So when I do the measurements for this, I will give you the smaller measurement because you don't need it to be that big. Oh, and then your card will fold nicer than this. Oh, crap. Only when you're alive. It's a thing. Anyway, there it goes. Sorta. It's fine. I will fix it. And, darn, it's so pretty. I'm taking it off and I'm going to do something different. Because this can go on another card. Hang on. You know it can. That was live. That was funny. So I will give you the correct measurements. I should have gone down to 5 by 3 3/4 on the Secret C and then taken this one down another 1/4 inch, but it's going to be okay. It's going to make it. Just not while it's gluey. So, that was so funny. Anyway, good thing we're just making cards. Yeah, she made 400 cards for the troops while we were away in Maine. It was a 4-day getaway, Monday through Thursday retreat, different. I have 2 more retreats coming up in Kennebunk, Maine this year. One is the first weekend in September, and then there's another one in November, and I have to do registration for them. The one in September is going to be a little different. We're going to add a day. So we have people that drive from all over the country. Somebody drove all the way up from Maryland. People have flown in from other places for these retreats, and they're fantastic, right? But one of the things that I've heard people say about a weekend retreat there is that by the time they start to get in the groove, it's time to go home. So what we're going to do this time is my helpers are going to get there Wednesday night. We'll unload the trailer. Yes, I roll with a trailer to retreat. Thursday morning we'll set up and we'll have an extra day on Thursday. It's just be $20 extra, nothing fancy that day, just on your own crafting for the first day, a day to like completely unwind, unpack, getting in the groove. And then all the festivities will start on Friday. So that's a whole extra day for retreat in September. And if it works out, I'll add it as a regular thing, but it's kind of like a test drive to see if you guys like the extra day, especially like Pennsylvania and upstate New York, and all these folks come from everywhere, and I want to make sure that if you want extra time here that you get it. So yeah, so I think that's it for today. Watch for my BOGO coming up. Like I said, I have 8 bins of my gently used, or some not even touched, old things that you can buy one and get one free. So how it works is you place an order in my online store for an equal amount, and then you pay me to ship the products that I have to you, but you get them absolutely free. Just take them because I want you to have them, kind of thing. And then you get to keep the rewards. So it's a little bit different than my old BOGO where I would get all the rewards and you had to do a host code. That ship has sailed, and I'm happy that you're getting rewards for your orders. So every time you shop and you spend more than $20 in my store, you get at least a $2 rebate, 10% off everything. So people are really loving the rewards because you don't have to spend $150 to get a reward anymore, which is nice. And yeah, so BOGO's coming. Team meeting is Sunday for those of you that are on my team or are interested in my team. Clubs at the end of the month. I will have, let me see, CarMax cards. Love this. I don't know what that is. Cool. Hi, Gayla. Gayla's on my team. So anyway, we will, how close am I to $1 million? Well, about 1.5 years. I'm at 917, 918. Yeah, and my team is doing amazing. I'm just loving what I do more than ever, and I'm very grateful. So yeah, thanks, Jill. That's so funny. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It's been a great journey so far, and I love to serve you guys. So if there's anything I can do, or if you see something that I post and you want directions for it, let me know. The BOGO sale is as soon as I'm done documenting it. So tomorrow I'm getting my nails done because I broke one, tisk, and I'm getting my hair done in the morning, and that's a 3-hour ordeal. And then Thursday I have a class in Litchfield, and then I'm going to be just documenting BOGO and working on the virtual scrapbooking retreat that starts tomorrow night. So I have my box and I'm ready to go. Debbie Bacon ordered one. A whole bunch of my team ordered it. So we have a separate Facebook group going just for our group that ordered things, so that if people have questions, or if we want to like get together on Zoom and maybe put the things together that we're watching the presentations on, that we can. So I'm really excited about that. If you got a box of love from Stampin' Up, or if you haven't ordered yours yet, you can still get one, but you wouldn't have it in time to start tomorrow night. But it's 24 scrapbook pages and 4 stamp sets. Well, they said 2 stamp sets, but it's like 4 sheets, and they're beautiful. So I can't wait to play. Anyway, love you guys. Thanks so much for all the questions. Thanks for the interaction. I can't believe I cut that wrong. I will get the correct measurements in at the top of the video. And if you need anything, just send me a private message and I will chat with you soon. Thanks, guys.